Hello, everybody, and welcome to Awesome Comics, your one-stop shop for everything comic book entertainment. I am your host, Walter Benaziak, and this is it, folks. You guys have been asking about this video for a long time, so we're going to give it to you. This is Young Justice, ladies and gentlemen. You guys excited for this?
Yes.
I am excited. Very excited.
All right, well, before we get into that, this is a big announcement. Next week, Killing Joke. Finally, we'll be reviewing Killing Joke. So excited to see that. We're going to see it in theaters and come on the show and review it for you guys. The hype is through the roof.
Yeah.
So excited.
Was it Fathom Events added
Events.
300 more theaters to the showing? It's their
Really?
biggest like
Fathom
event
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Oh, me too. Also, as always, I want to remind you guys to like the new Facebook page. That's facebook.com/awesomecomicshow. Every Thursday, we are going to be putting up a brand new video exclusively to that Facebook page. Last week, Porter and I shared our thoughts on the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition and what we thought about that. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't. And there's a lot more exclusive videos on there. So go ahead and like that Facebook page. Now, let's get down to the intros. You guys know who these people are, I think, except for every comment that says, "Who are these
Who even
people?"
are you?
I've only been here for 17 years now. But
Which one of us among us really truly knows who we are, though? You know
what?
Maybe that's
Maybe
the question
I didn't
we're
look deep
asking.
enough into those comments. Right?
Yeah.
Keep commenting who are you, and then I'll look inward and I'll find myself. Thank you.
I'm not going to try it all.
Aiyanna, what's going on, man?
What up?
Aiyanna Wade.
That's me.
Nice glasses.
Thank you.
Cool stuff. That's a good shirt, by the way. We commented on the shirt earlier.
Sarah, which I like Sarah, because I'm a fan of Triceratops, but a lot of people don't
Sarah
like
was
her.
a pain in the ass.
Land
Well,
before time.
yeah. I mean, she's no Petrie. Petrie's awesome, but find me a freaking Petrie shirt, then I'll wear that, okay?
Well, someone's going to send it to you now.
Do it.
Over here, Mr. Bryan Porter, the Irish American himself. I see the Irish hat and the American shirt. That's great.
Yeah, Batman.
It's a good shirt. I have that shirt too.
Yeah,
stuff.
because we're twins apparently.
We look just alike. I don't know if you
Absolutely.
can tell us apart or not. All right, guys. I want to get into Young Justice. I really like the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do our usual thing. This is a spoiler warning. If you haven't seen Young Justice for whatever reason, go watch it. Go watch
Absolutely.
all of it.
It's all on
Netflix.
Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
We binged it.
Really good.
Yeah, go ahead and watch it right now. Positives. Who were some of your favorite characters? We'll go with Aiyanna first.
Shocker. I loved McGann. I really love her. They do a lot of really cool character exploration, especially with her powers. The fact that she's like so powerful that like it's scary.
Yeah.
A few times it gets a little scary how she basically puts people into comatose states because
Little
she's
scary.
so powerful. But she starts out so like, I guess, naive and innocent and just really like, go get 'em attitude. And I really like that she's more than that. She really has like a really great depth of character. And then I also love Aqualad. He's such a cool
He grew on me,
character.
especially in the second season.
Yeah, I like him in the second season a lot. But even just his like weapons that he has, they look like electric eels and stuff.
Yeah.
And that he can make them into shields, he can make them into swords, make them into whips. I really love his character as well. He's got some cool stuff going on too. So I'd say they're my two favorites.
Okay, I agree with that. Porter?
It's really hard to pick because like a lot of all of the characters had awesome elements to them, and I really liked them all for various reasons. Wally is probably one of my favorites. I freaking love Wally, and
too.
it upset me that he wasn't in season 2 or episode. Yeah, season 2 is as much. But Wally was just phenomenal. He was super funny. I loved him. I loved Dick. He was funny, and he was an interesting take on like Dick Grayson, Robin, and I really liked him. I liked his overlapping. Overwhelmed, his little language thing there. I thought that was really funny.
I like that he grows as a character in it too.
Definitely.
You don't see him like sure of himself right away.
Oh, yeah, for
which
sure.
is kind of
Like
cool.
taking the lead from Aqualad and like you want me to lead, like that was
Yeah.
it was really good. I like that, and how that kind of translated into Tim in season 2 was the same thing. I really like that. And then seeing him as Nightwing in the season 2 was really cool. I liked him,
Definitely.
and I also like Aqualad a lot too. I thought he was great.
Yeah.
Impulse.
Bart was cool.
He was freaking so funny.
Yeah.
I loved him. And then I also love Superboy a lot too. I thought he had a really good character arc, a lot of depth, and showed from season 1 to season 2 his growth and maturity.
Definitely. Season 1, I didn't like him really.
I liked him because he was brash and he was dealing with a lot of stuff, and I thought that was really good.
He's kind of a whiny baby though.
Yeah,
he was also
he literally was a baby.
He was forced into existence.
I know. But it got a little much for him the first season. But the second season, I really liked Superboy.
I agree.
His growth was really cool. Yeah, my favorites, Nightwing in the second season, and as Robin in the first season, Dick Grayson. I love Dick Grayson in general, and this may be like the best on-screen portrayal of him. I think.
Yeah,
when you think about it, I mean, Batman animated series, he's great in, but he's not as much of the focus as he is in here. I think it's probably pretty safe to say this is like the best on-screen portrayal of Nightwing / Robin / Dick Grayson probably that's out there. And I love Wally West, man. Wally West is my Flash. He is my Flash. Not Barry Allen. It's Wally West. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I loved Wally West in this too. It, like his trademark like humor and how quick he was, quick-witted and quick in real life. He's great. Just his whole arc too, and then him kind of getting out of the superhero business in season 2, which I was with you with like why wasn't he in more of it?
Yeah.
I wanted to see more Wally, but
they didn't really go into too much of why. I just want to
get out. It seemed like there had to be some kind of inciting incident for that we didn't see though.
Yeah.
But
we
still,
could have gotten into it in season 3, but
yeah, maybe.
Well,
I mean,
right.
Also, Dr. Fate is a badass.
Yeah.
I want to ask this: anyone out there, what are some good Dr. Fate like trades? Can you guys comment some? Because I want to read up more on Dr. Fate. I've liked Dr. Fate for a long time, and he was freaking cool as hell in this. So give me some suggestions on some Dr. Fate books I can read. But he was cool. I mean, like I love that he's basically like an upgrade for everybody. Yeah. So what he puts on Aqualad and on Zatanna and stuff, that was all great.
Yeah.
I love how
he just
Wally's
like a power up.
Yeah. Wally's like, no, he's not gonna be able. And he just takes it off. Like, what? That was really good.
2 seconds after that, he's never gonna let you go. Oh no. Oh, okay.
Another, not a main character, but G. Gordon Godfrey.
Yes.
Tim Curry. Why did you tell me Tim Curry?
Because I wanted you to experience it for yourself.
The reach. Yeah, it was great.
First episode of season 2, and he comes on. I was just like, oh my God, it's Tim Curry.
As soon as the first syllable of the first word, I was like, yeah, it's Tim Curry. Oh, so cool. Anytime he popped up, I was just like, he's still doing stuff.
Right. I loved getting to hear you guys like experiencing it for the first time. That was really cool.
I really liked Sphere.
Sphere? Yeah. Oh, right.
I kind of love how Superboy just picks up like little pets, you know? Like he's just like, you can stay with me now.
Yeah. Wolf is cool too. I agree. All right, well, we talked about our favorite characters. How about some favorite episodes? Any ones that stick out to you guys?
There's a lot. Like I liked season 1 a little bit better than season 2.
Really?
For me, there were episodes in season 1 that just really stuck with me a lot more, and it was just like, oh wow. Okay. Failsafe, episode 16 with the alien invasion. It was the unwinnable scenario and how that happens.
That was
and
a great
McGann
episode.
Changes it all. Like that was crazy. It was a big episode, and just seeing all these heroes die, like that was nuts.
Yeah.
It was nuts. It was really good. Misplaced episode 19 with the missing kids and adults, and Billy Baston, Captain Marvel.
I should mention that. I love Captain Marvel.
In this,
Do you not like Captain Marvel?
Didn't love him in this. I thought he was a little
childish.
That's not. I know, but I'm trying to put it into.
That way, but.
Yeah, he's not always portrayed that way. But there were times when it was a little on the nose for me. But I didn't hate him. But there were times when really.
Yeah, I wanted more.
I definitely did not want more.
I wanted a couple episodes just to focus on Billy. Like he should have been like kind of, because eventually they found out that he was a kid. That should have been a thing where he kind of like gets introduced to the team too, as well as being in the Justice League. He should have been able to bounce.
Well, they do that in Justice League where he's like sitting there and they're like, well, he shouldn't be allowed on. He's a kid. And he's just sitting there like, well, I'm just
He's
gonna.
like, whatever. What about Dr. Fate?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So.
I love that about him. I love how he's a kid in an adult's body. I think that's a great premise. I love Captain Marvel, and I love him in this stuff.
Yeah, he was really
I
good.
want- I
I like
wanted
that.
more
But
Billy
that,
Batson.
that episode, Misplaced, was really cool, and how he's able to pop in
loved
between.
that.
Like, I thought it was just a really enjoyable
Good
episode.
stuff, definitely.
Like, Cold Hearted was definitely one of my favorite
I'm right there
episodes.
with you. I love Cold Hearted.
I mean, that was Wally.
Because you get Wally.
Yeah, a big Wally
Wally.
episode, and a lot of heart, and just how he felt at the end, 12 seconds. Oh, it was heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking.
It's such a good character episode for Wally. It's awesome.
I agree with you.
Really good.
100%, man. Aiyanna, some of your favorite episodes?
I would say my favorite episode is definitely Image. I think it's episode 21 in season 1, and I love the Miss Martian storyline in general. I think they do some really, really cool stuff with her character, and I like that in general the team everyone has these secrets and these insecurities and these things that they're trying to work through, and that's part of them being young and part of them trying to find their identity as superheroes. And some of them are like just getting into it or just coming to this Earth or being bornish / released into the world, and I think that one's a really, really good episode to really show McGann's really most sincere insecurity about herself, and to the point where she brain blasts team members and stuff. I love that episode and what they do with her in that. I'd say that's my favorite.
Okay. My favorite top one was Depths, the season 2 episode where Artemis dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Artemis, by the way.
Artemis
I like
is
that
a
voice
good
actor
character.
a lot. She's
Yeah.
got that scratchy lower voice. I really like her a lot.
Yeah, so in this, we find out that Calder's also a double agent in this episode. The line when Nightwing holds up that picture they took in the first season when he
Yes.
snapped and he
Yeah,
didn't
someday
know.
we'll laugh about
Yeah,
this.
someday we'll laugh about this. And he says, I was just like, oh, and that was right before he found out that she's alive. So I was like, oh, and then she's alive. I was like, what? It was amazing.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was a roller coaster ride of emotions, that episode. So that's my favorite episode. Loved it. Also, Agendas, the first season episode where we find out Superboy's origins. That's when I was finally on board with Superboy, because before that, in general, I just thought he was freaking annoying. But from then on, I was pretty much on Team Superboy.
Yeah, I love that. And then we got to see Bizarro. He's looking in the mirror and he does the S on his
Yeah.
chest and it's
So is
backwards.
that
I was
Bizarro?
like,
They
it
never
has to be
really-
Bizarro.
But it's not. I guess it kind of is.
It has to be Bizarro. He drew the backwards
I know
S
he
on
drew
his,
it, but then
or,
he never shows up
burned.
again, and he doesn't have. But Bizarro has opposite powers as Superman.
Yeah, and he
has
had
exact
the
powers.
same powers.
Yeah.
Whatever. So
I
it's
guess-
it's kind of Bizarro.
Yeah.
Bizarre representation.
Bizarre
I think it was a better
episode.
Bizarro than Supergirl
Yeah.
than in Supergirl season 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're not here to talk about.
We're not going to
Superman.
do that. We already went over that.
I know.
Go watch that episode.
Yes.
The season 2 episode, Bloodlines. That's where
Yes.
Bart as Impulse comes back
I like that
to the
one.
past,
Really good.
and he meets Barry, his grandson, and Wally, his
saw
first cousin
Forrest.
removed.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
We
was
saw
great
4
stuff.
speedsters. It was so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was
Jay
great.
Garrick just pops in there.
I love that Jay Garrick's in the show too. That's super cool.
That was really good.
Before the Dawn was the season 2 episode where we first meet the Black Beetle, or it's the first big fight.
Yeah.
McGann also attacks Calder's mind and
Yeah.
basically leaves him in that chem lab the next day.
Yeah.
That was a great episode.
She has to go through
Yeah.
everything there where she's
That
like,
sets up
no,
her
I'm
storyline.
right. I should be able to do whatever I need to get here. And then that's the one where she's like, no,
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
maybe
because
I
she
was
didn't know.
wrong.
Yeah.
She thought she was right because they were so wrong. And then when she
Yeah.
found out the whole double agent
Yeah,
thing.
when I saw Calder's blank stare, I was just like,
Yeah, I was like, no, he didn't. No. Yeah. This, like I said, this definitely has a lot of ups and downs and a lot of big twists that you don't see coming in
Yeah.
the show. Even from episode to episode, sometimes it's kind of like, oh, I'm just going through the episode and just like, what?
yeah.
I mean, this and this and this, and I was like, oh, this makes it even better. It's great. Like I said, Cold Hearted is also right up there with it. Okay, so we talked about favorite characters, favorite episodes. That's most of the positives about this. Negatives, do we have any, Porter?
Yes, the 5-year jump. I do not like time jumps from season to season or anything like that, or even in movies. I don't like them. I think they're lazy writing, especially in TV shows. It's like, okay, we have these characters. We want to get them to a certain point, but there's going to be a lot in between. Let's just time jump, and then all of these big things that is now changed, we'll just do some throwaway lines and a couple of 1-minute explanations, and then you're moving forward. And it's like there was so much interaction with these characters that I think we missed that would have been better than season 2. Like Tula dying. Like, how did Tula die? And with Aqualad and how he dealt with that. And then they said how McGann was kind of mentally like messing with people and how she kind of controlled Connor's feelings and this and that. That's why he broke up with her. But I would have loved to have seen all of that. I want to see why Wally and Artemis get out of the game.
Yeah.
I want to see.
I liked the time jump personally, but I like that as a way to tell a story because we're all of a sudden in this new world and you're like, wait, what happened?
Right.
And then they slowly slip
I'm
things
100%
in,
on your side.
and
Yeah,
you're like,
I
oh
like the
my
time
God,
jump.
that happened while this was
Yeah.
missing. So I actually have the opposite view. I liked the time jump because of the ways they were able to throw in new twists where you're like, oh shit, Cheshire was pregnant and has a baby, what?
Yeah,
You
with
know?
Roy.
Yeah.
With Roy, Clone
Yeah.
Roy. And
Oh,
all
and
that
he's
stuff
going
is-
through a bender
Yeah,
and stuff.
he's
Yeah,
messed
that
up.
was sad.
Yeah.
it
I'm
was,
with you on that.
Yeah.
it worked. I don't think it didn't work. I think it worked, but it's just there's so much in there that I would have much rather have seen
Sure.
than what we did see. You know
Sure.
what I mean? So, for this it worked. Other stuff it doesn't. This worked. It worked for the most part, and they answered the questions pretty succinctly.
They did.
And
Yeah.
But I
I didn't
"God
feel
damn,
like my
time jump."
hand was being held story-wise in this show in general for a children's show. And I know that's one of the reasons it was canceled because as an
Yeah.
animated show, they wanted more boys to buy stuff. So
I did hear it was
Fine.
canceled because of we'll get into that in a little while, but
I'm just gonna seethe over here.
chill out there. Chill out. I don't think
You okay?
that the time jumps, you're right, don't always work. And I don't think if they would have kept going with it, if there was a handful of seasons of Young Justice, I don't think they should have had a big time jump every season.
No.
Right.
But for once, or maybe if they did it one more time in another season, but this, I thought it worked. They only used, like I said, we didn't get any more episodes, unfortunately. But
Right.
but for just from 1 to 2, I thought it was really cool that we see Dick Grayson as Robin, we see him as Nightwing, and he's leading the team. Calder's everywhere, like, what the hell? What?
Yeah.
I like figuring it out.
Right.
Why did this happen?
Plus,
All
we
those
get
unanswered
the
questions.
introduction to the new younger people, which is really
Right.
cool with Beast Boy, with
Boy.
Batgirl.
Beast
with
I want to
Boy,
see
Blue
what happened
Beetle.
with Beast Boy. We can infer because
Right.
of the blood. And
I
this
was
and that,
I was
blah, blah,
fine
blah,
with
but-
just the one line with sister, and I was like, sister, oh
Yeah.
man, the blood. Oh, that's so cool. I like just figuring out just those kind of lines. I thought that they carry a lot of weight. So yeah, I like the time jump. Anything negative besides the toys thing? No, you just love it.
Yeah.
Any negatives? It took me a little while to get into. Everyone was like, "This is amazing." The first 5 episodes or so, I was like, "This ain't that good." But
I
then,
think you texted me at 3 episodes in, meh.
Yeah.
Stick with it. No, stick with it.
no, it got so good.
And I knew you'd love season 2
Yeah,
as well.
season 2,
Yeah.
not so much better than season 1, but I thought it improved on everything.
I think maybe my one negative is maybe during season 1, and it's possible it's my fault, but the whole secret agent thing, I wasn't really following that there was a double agent throughout it. They would mention it here and there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forget that keeps being a thing.
well,
Yeah.
I didn't. Whereas
remember.
season 2, the fact that Calder was undercover,
Yeah.
that was a whole thing that I liked.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm nitpicking, but
Yeah.
the whole that there's a spy,
Okay.
One thing, I
it.
didn't like with season 2, and they had all these new kids, they didn't really explain too many of them. Blue Beetle got some.
Mal, I was
Yeah,
like, what
who
the hell?
is
What
this
he-
guy?
Yeah, and then
I had to
he
look him
just
up.
becomes
Guardian, and then he's a couple other people, and I was like,
Yeah,
I've
so
never
he went
heard
to
of this
he
guy.
went to school with some
Yeah.
of those guys, and then he just becomes their missions not leader, but he coordinated mission coordinator or something. at the-
Dispatch, I get, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? That was one of the only thing. Maybe.
Yeah, they just didn't explain
From
the
the
new
time
characters that
jump
much.
that they
Okay, Wonder Girl or whatever her name was. Okay, cool, but why,
Wonder
where,
Girl.
what,
It's Wonder Girl.
Yeah,
It's just
I've
Wonder
never
Girl.
heard of Wonder Girl. Honestly,
Really?
I did not know there was a Wonder Girl, and then she pops up. I'm like, who is? She looks like a
Should
Wonder.
reach into the comics and find Wonder Girl.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I talk like that.
Easy.
Sorry.
Ayana's freaking out, oh my god, is he possessed?
Stop talking like Tim Curry.
That's like Tim Curry trying to do the Emperor from Star Wars.
That's what he did.
That
His
is
voice
what
is
it
so
is.
much deeper in this, though. It's it's like Tim Curry exponentially raised to Tim Curry-ness.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, this entire time he's just talking like this. The entire time, and I love it.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as intense.
I think
but
no, it is. No, it's totally like that.
Your pal,
It's
G.
exactly like
Gordon. I love him.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny.
Okay.
And I like kind of how we get news updates from him too. Like
Yeah, he
just
just
as a
pops in.
storytelling way of being
Uh-huh.
like, so we should support the Reach. And every time he says something, you as an audience
Reach.
member is like, ugh.
He always rolled his R on the reach, though. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Okay, we got to hurry this up. Where does this show rank for you guys in terms of DC animated shows like Batman the Animated Series and Justice League? Where does this rank? Is this number one? Is this?
I don't know if it's number one, but it's up there.
Yeah, it's in my top 5. I will go with number 4.
4?
Yes.
I'd say Batman animated I like more.
Okay.
But
Batman Animated Series number 1, and then Batman Beyond, Justice League, and then this. Not Justice League Unlimited. Justice League, Justice League.
I consider that the same show, honestly, but
Unlimited was like a little different for me. This Justice League.
it's a little bit of a different format. If we ever review on the show, it's going to be the same. We're going to review it as Justice League Unlimited, because it's the same continuity and everything.
But for me, it's number 4.
4. Okay, Anna, you think
top 3, I'd say.
top 3?
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely say
love it.
Batman Animated Series number 1.
Yeah.
It's pretty much untouchable.
Oh yeah.
Justice League, honestly, I don't know if this on the whole is better than Justice League or not. It's close, honestly.
Oh, yeah,
Justice
it's
League is
definitely
great.
close.
So I would have to go back into Justice League and.
But we
sort of
also
rewatch an
get
episode.
Justice League in this too.
And we
It's
get
not
both,
just
right?
Young
It was really
Justice.
cool.
That's,
I really like that.
That's one of the great
And
parts.
then Bruce Greenwood as Batman.
Yes, from Red
Awesome.
Hood.
I
Fantastic.
freaking love
Even
Bruce
the
Greenwood.
animation, I really love in this. I feel like it's on par with Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend
The
of Korra and
animation is
stuff.
good. I don't love the character models in this, but I like them a lot.
Yeah, they were.
I do.
I was not like. I did not have a problem with them. I didn't
Yeah, I
love
think
them,
they're
but
fine.
I was worried
It's
because
good.
you love Bruce Timm that
Yeah.
I was like, but
No, this totally fit. Like this totally fit.
It was good.
It
Yeah,
felt
it was
very.
I just
in
didn't
its
love.
place.
I was just like, oh, these look great. I was just like, these look cool.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
Well, I like that
was
they're
on
all
board.
different and they're all like they're yeah. That not all of them have the same like square
Yeah.
torso and tiny little bitty
Right.
Yeah.
With Batman Beyond stuff, I'd say in general this is better than Batman Beyond just for me. Maybe not better than Return of the Joker, the movie, but
Yeah.
better than the series, it's probably better, just in my opinion. But it's up there. I would say top 3 too, as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to hurry up through this, but Cartoon Network canceled this after season 2, of course. And now
Bastards.
the possibility of season 3 has been on Netflix. It's going to air exclusively on Netflix. It's possible it's going to happen.
Right.
They
had
low
a-
possibility, it seems.
They
but
had like
possible.
a hashtag
Right.
thing in
Binge Young Justice or
February.
something?
It was like, yeah, I don't remember what the exact one was, but there was a lot of fans out there. Caldor's voice actor was doing it.
Yeah. Phil Lamar, I think his name is.
I
can't
don't know,
remember.
but he was good.
He was, yeah, I loved him.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of them trying to push it on Twitter, being like, hey, like, hashtag
I hope.
it out.
I would love it.
And
Yeah.
the way to
Guys, go
do that,
binge it.
if you want it to come back, go buy the Blu-rays or go binge it on Netflix
Binge it
because
right
Netflix
now.
follows that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I watch it. I just watch it on Netflix. And
Yeah, that's how I did too.
we all know most Netflix original stuff is really good. I can
Yeah.
think of like 3 examples where that's not true.
Right.
But for the most part, like a lot of the Netflix original series are really well done. And
Yeah.
so if Netflix is the one that's going to take it over,
Yeah, but the
I'm
only
fine
thing with
that.
that is they need to pick up exactly where they left off.
Okay, really quickly, pick of the week. So none of us really have a lot of Teen Titans type books, so I picked Battle for the Cowl. This is a big Nightwing story. This is him taking over for Batman. So this is a big culmination of his arc. This was 2011 or something. Tony Daniel was the writer. I got him to sign it actually, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Tony Daniel wrote this. Tim Drake is also in this book. Jason Todd. Everyone's trying to be the new Batman since Bruce Wayne has died in this story right before this. Black Canary is also in this. There's a lot of characters from the Young Justice show that are also in this. And it's just really cool to see Nightwing sort of take on that leadership role like he did in Young Justice, took over the team. He takes over the Batman family basically in this, so it's pretty cool. Okay, social media for everybody. Aiyanna, where can we find you on the social medias?
Twitter, Facebook, here.
Here, there, everywhere. Porter?
Facebook.com/awesomeporter.
Awesome Porter, truly awesome. You can find me on Twitter at awesome_Walter. And, as always, like the Facebook page, facebook.com/awesome Awesome. Comic show. Go back and, like we were talking about, the Ultimate Edition BVS. Me and Porter took a look at that. Exclusive to the Facebook page. Every Thursday, new videos on the Facebook page. So go ahead
Also
and look
with the Facebook page, like I know that there's a lot of content and a lot that you guys like about Young Justice. So if we didn't cover something that you wanted to talk about, just post on our Facebook page and we can talk to you. We try and talk to everybody
We
who posts
engage everyone on
or
that.
messages. So just throw something on our wall and let's get some conversations going because I would love to talk about this some more.
Okay. All right. So next week, like I said, Killing Joke, everybody.
I'm
Killing
excited.
Joke. The joke will be killed next week. So get excited.
Along with others.
Along with others. So for everyone here, until next time, I'm G. Gordon Godfrey, and we'll see you on the next page, The Reach.